William Byron races to second straight Daytona 500 victory. Daytona Beach, Florida. William Byron fortuitously missed the ferocious wrecks down the stretch at the Daytona 500 that knocked out contenders racing for the checkered flag and left him with a repeat victory in sight. Still, sitting ninth with one lap left in an overtime finish, the odds seemed against the driver of the number 24 Chevrolet to escape the rest of the race unscathed, or even have enough time to pull off the comeback win. Thanks to one more crash, Byron used a clean ride on his final lap to escape the chaos and race to his second straight Daytona 500 victory. He dodged a string of late race wreckage that knocked out a chunk of contenders and sent the Hendrick Motorsports driver into victory lane Sunday night at Daytona International Speedway. "It's not all luck to win twice in a row," Byron said. Maybe not. But Byron certainly was in the right place by racing near the outside wall in overtime to become the first back-to-back winner since Denny Hamlin in 2019-20. Byron took advantage of another major mess on the final lap. NASCAR did not drop the caution and let the field race to the finish and took another familiar burnout in Daytona International Speedway. "It's obviously really special," Byron said. "It's an amazing race, and obviously a lot of crazy racing out there tonight, and just a lot of pushing and shoving." The 27-year-old Byron held on to win after two weather delays totaling more than 3.5 hours, and with President Donald Trump set to watch the rest of the race in Florida, after he earlier led drivers on 2 laps around the track in his heavily armored presidential limousine known in Washington as the Beast. Hendrick Motorsports won its 10th Daytona 500 to break a tie with Petty Enterprises for the record. "Just obviously fortunate it worked out in our favor," Byron said. "Crazy? Yeah. I can't honestly believe that, but we're here." Byron became the youngest driver to win multiple Daytona 500s, breaking the record held by Jeff Gordon, also in the number 24. Gordon, a Hall of Famer and 4-time NASCAR champion, is now Byron's boss as vice chairman of Hendrick Motorsports. Gordon flashed a thumbs up when told Byron broke his record for youngest 2-time winner by 4 months. "I hope he breaks them all," Gordon said. "I'm in full support of that." Austin Cindric held the lead headed to the white flag when he was wiped out in crash that took out a slew of drivers that included Chase Briscoe, Hamlin, and Alex Bowman. It was 6th time in the last 8 Daytona 500s the race spilled into overtime, setting up Byron to become the 5th driver to win it in consecutive years. Byron won for the 14th time in his Cup career and already set his sights on the championship race in Phoenix after finishing 3rd in the standings in each of the last 2 years. "We plan on trying to win a lot of races this year, so we're not going to stop here," Byron said. "We're going to continue to push forward and try to get to Phoenix. It wouldn't be Daytona without all the flips, slams, and skids down the stretch that inevitably send the race into overtime." With 4 laps left, Ryan Preece turned upside down and essentially did a wheelie in his number 60 Ford. His car flipped onto its roof and turned back onto its tires before hitting the outside wall. Preece dropped his safety net to signal to crews he was okay. Bubba Wallace, Kyle Larson, Daniel Suarez, and Brad Keselowski all had their shots at victory lane spoiled, and the race was red-flagged, just 11 laps after another big one shuffled the field and knocked 4 former Cup Series champions out of contention. Reigning NASCAR champion Joey Logano and Ricky Stenhouse started the multi-car melee when Logano moved to the middle and Stenhouse moved to block him. It stacked up Logano, and the accordion effect sent several cars, including ones belonging to former Cup champs Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney, and Chase Elliott, sliding in every direction. Busch's car ended up on a wrecker, extending his skid to 0 for 20 in the Great American Race. Tyler Reddick was 2nd, and 2-time Daytona 500 champion Jimmy Johnson was 3rd. Chase Briscoe was 4th, and John Hunter Nemechek 5th. Xfinity Series champion Justin Allgaier finished 9th, driving for team owner and 2-time Daytona 500 champion Dale Earnhardt Jr. in JR Motorsports Cup debut. Not bad. Not good enough to beat Byron. Byron, a self-taught racer who used computer equipment to hone his skills, was left standing one more time as a Daytona winner. Gordon was a 3-time Daytona 500 winner and noted he still had the edge over Byron. "Until next year," Gordon said. "Leave a legacy."